online with the Rubin Museum of Art. I'm Becky, and we are a museum of Himalayan art and ideas in New York City. So this fall, we've moved our family programming online, live, and we're just so excited to have so many of you spending your Sunday afternoons with us and just making art online. I know it's been a very strange few months, but it's just nice to be together in this way. We've had some regulars join us. We've had people join us who've never been with us before, and we just welcome all of you. So something else that's been happening is that the Rubin is actually open for you to visit the art in our galleries now. All of our programming is online, but please feel free to go onto our website to plan your timed visit to see the art in person. So we're going to drop a link for the adults to go ahead and check out our ticketing system. So we welcome you back into the museum. I am going to start by actually just diving right in to making kind of a virtual visit to a piece of art in our collection. And this particular piece of art is really special because it actually tells a story. And the story that it tells is one of the many stories behind the Festival of Lights, or Diwali, that is celebrated not just in the Himalayan region of the world, but in all different parts of the world, including India and of course here in New York. And today we're doing our own celebration through our Family Sunday activity. So what we're going to do is actually start, instead of just taking a look at this art piece, I want to start by telling you one of the many, many stories of Diwali. So as I've mentioned, there's a lot of stories, right? There's a lot of stories behind Diwali. And because this is a statue of the Hindu god Vishnu, we're going to start there. So Vishnu is a very important figure in this story. And while there's a lot of different stories, this is one of the most popular stories. And it's about Rama, who is an incarnation or a human form of Vishnu, the Hindu god. And in this story, Rama is a prince who was sent to live in exile in a forest with his wife Sita. One day, a demon king named Ravana kidnapped Sita, and Sita left a trail of jewelry for Rama to follow so that he could find her. And while searching for Sita, Rama met a monkey king named Hanuman, who became his friend and agreed to help Rama with his search. So Rama and Hanuman together eventually did find Sita. And they had a huge battle with Ravana, who had kidnapped Sita. And after Rama had defeated Ravana, the whole world rejoiced. As Rama and Sita began their journey to return home, people all over the kingdom lit oil lamps called Diyas to help guide them and welcome them home. So people light Diyas during Diwali as a reminder that light triumphs over darkness. So now let's go ahead and take a really close look at this statue of this sculpture. Remember, this is Vishnu. So Vishnu is the Hindu god, right? Who is related to Rama. Rama is the human form of Vishnu. And let's start by counting the number of arms that Vishnu has. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4 arms. And his front 2 arms represent his presence in the physical world as Rama, our world. And his back arms represent his presence in the spiritual world, And together, all four arms, they represent his power in all worlds. And on this statue, Vishnu is holding several things. And I'm not going to tell you what they are actually. I would like you all to take a moment, look really closely, and guess what they are. So can you go ahead and use the chat and go ahead and type your guesses in? Does anyone have any guesses? What do you think you see? I'm going to give you a moment. Okay, someone has guessed shell. Absolutely. A conch, yeah. So this is a conch shell. And the conch shell is in his front left hand. So I'm holding out my left hand, and that represents Vishnu's power to create and maintain the universe. All right. Does anyone else see something? There's some other things that Vishnu's holding. A fish. Yes, I see something that could look like the shape of a fish too. In the front, or sort of the bottom right hand. A sword. It's wonderful. I love how closely everyone's really looking here and looking at the shapes too. And something that you're probably noticing is, does it really look like there's something being held in his fourth hand? This one's tricky because you have to look so closely, but there is, and I'll start with this one. There's actually a chakra. Yes, excellent. So the chakra is actually on, is the Sudarshana Chakra. And it's kind of etched into his hand. And then there's a disc that represents the power of light and awareness against darkness and ignorance. And that disc is the thing that kind of looks, it looks almost like a fish from the way that he's holding it. And then there's the thing that looks like, someone said almost like a sword. It's sort of like a club or a mace. And that symbolizes the power of knowledge. So that is really wonderful, everyone. I would love to introduce you to our teaching artist, who is just so wonderful. Her name is Ashley, and she's going to talk about the workshop that you're going to be doing today. I'm going to hand it over to you, Ashley.
All right. So hi, my name is Ashley, and I am a teaching artist at the Rubin Museum of Art and Ideas. And we are going to make Diyas today in honor of Diwali. So Diyas are traditionally these lamps that are kind of either oil-based or ghee-based, which you might consider like a kind of butter. But any kind of fat would be used as the candle part, the part that you set on fire, and it would sit in a kind of clay container. Instead of clay today, though, we are going to kind of do our own spin on Diyas and make them with paper, with materials that you probably have lying around your home already. So we'll get into the materials in a moment. We're gonna I'll show everyone the materials that we're gonna use. I'll demo how to make one, so you can feel free to watch if you're unsure. And then once you feel like you have a handle on it, you just jump right in, and you can probably make quite a few of these in a short amount of time. Depends how decorative you feel like getting. So we're going to switch over to my other camera, and I'll show you what supplies you should have near you. So we are here with our materials. And so this is a sample one, so I'll take that away for now. And the most important part of this project is going to be the paper. So I have some plain white paper. You can use colored paper if you'd like. It's really up to you. It's whatever you have lying around, computer paper, construction paper, all of that. You're gonna need a scissor of some kind. You could just rip if you don't have a scissor nearby, but a scissor would help give you nice smooth lines. And then you'll need either tape or glue, maybe both, kind of depending on the different parts, which we'll get to. You'll notice I have colored tape. I kind of plan to do some decorative things with that, but you choose whatever tape you have available for kind of adhesive purposes. We have markers, whatever markers you have will work great. And then some string, which is, or rope. You could even just use the paper for this part. We're going to get to a part where we can string something through our Diyas to hang them. But it's not, you can also just cut paper really thin. So whatever you have around, once again, is great. So we are going to jump in and make one. So the first step is to cut our paper. And so I think it's best when you're making this, you want to kind of cut kind of long ways, about 2 inches. So thinking about, how wide this paper is, probably in 3 parts. All right. Like that's one of these segments, about a third of the paper, kind of the longest way is about what we want our Diya to be. And then we cut. All right, so I'll just do one for now, right? But you could definitely use these others later. Okay. And then this part is where you can really put all of your creative energy into. And so you can decorate with markers. You can, do solid colors. You can do patterns and shapes. You can do just lines. It's really up to you what you'd like to do. I'm going to do 3 different colors, I think. Just some fiery colors, maybe. So think about, why are you picking the colors that you're picking? Do you want something, maybe seasonal and autumnal, right? These are like kind of fire colors or autumn colors. Maybe you want to think of warmer, sunnier days. You want to pick some summer colors. It's totally up to you what you do. And I would say it's also good if you can do both sides of the paper. You want to decorate both sides of the paper. Right? All right, so I'm just going to finish decorating here, and then I will show you how we fold. And like I said, if you feel comfortable, you can work along with me, or you can watch what I'm doing, and then after I finish this one sample, you can go off and try it on your own. All right, so now that we have our paper, we are going to fold. And the fold that we're going to do, we call an accordion style fold. And just give me one moment. Okay, so for this accordion style fold, it's important when you do this, you don't want to do too big of a piece. You don't want to do too small of a fold. You want to really get something in between, right? So like maybe like a finger's width is a good size for a fold. And you accordion, which means you go back and forth and back and forth. And now once we have our folds, right, you want to take the ends And we'll fly. Take the ends, and you want to bring them so that they meet like this. You're kind of fanning it out, and you have about like a half crinkled circle. And this is the part where I think tape works best for this part. Take some tape. And we connect this bottom part, right? So that we have this fan shape that can hold itself. All right. So because this is paper, right, we don't want to set it on fire. So for the fire of our diya or lamp, we are going to use paper. So if you have plain paper, you can color it. You can have a white flame, you can have whatever color flame you want, but I happen to have some orange paper. So I'm going to cut out a flamey shape of sorts, right? I have some yellow tape, so I'm going to add a little yellow detail, but I can easily do this with a crayon or a marker or another piece of paper if I had yellow paper. And so I'm going to give it a little flamey detail. All right, and then we have to attach it. So I'm going to use more tape. I just like to use tape, but you could definitely, if you have liquid glue or glue stick or any kind of glue, you can do that as well. All right, so you want to attach the flame to the latter part of our diya, so kind of this edge. So you can either give your flame a little foot maybe, right? You could fold it and put it on. You could attach it from the back. Once again, really up to you. So now we have a diya. And once our diya is done, if we'd like to string them up, like I said, we can use a piece of paper that we cut really skinny, or we could use string, rope, or something thin. You don't want anything too thick because you have to kind of squeeze it in through here. All right, see, so I have to thread it through. And then once again, something this thin, tape might be the better option. And we have our diya, our hangable diya, right? Without any of the fire.
I want to thank you all for joining us. And I also hope that you can join us next month on December 6th for our art workshop, Yawning Yeti, at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's going to be so much fun because we'll be exploring what a Yeti is. And also we're going to be looking at a favorite work of art of mine that actually features some Yeti hidden in it. So please join us for that. And meanwhile, please don't forget to join our newsletter at rubinmuseum.org /e-news and share your beautiful paper diyas using the Instagram hashtag Rubin Families. And you can also follow us on our social media channels as well on Instagram. And I also want to give you a chance to say goodbye to the Rubin crew today. So Jamie and Ashley, please go ahead and give a wave. And before we say goodbye fully, I also just want to note that this will be available as a recording in our media center online in a week from now, along with a PDF version of these instructions that you can view online, download to your computer, and even print out. So thank you all, and we'll see you next time. Bye.